Okay, good day. So let's proceed with let's continue our discussion on conic sections. So for this recording to be more complete, balikan natin no, yung definition ng ellipse. So we'll start again from this slide. So an ellipse is the set of all points such that the sum of the distances between two fixed points or the foci is a constant. So now we have the following parts of the ellipse, no? So we have the center of the ellipse. So may center din tayo dito. And by definition, that is the midpoint of the foci, no? So yun yung two fixed points na sinasabi natin dito. Those are the foci. So pag kinag-connect natin yung or pinag-connect natin yung dalawang focus, so ang gitnang point niya, or the midpoint, that is the center of the ellipse. So we also have the major axis. So the major axis, that is the longest diameter of the ellipse. So siya yung may pinakamahabang distance, no? Sa dalawang points along the ellipse. So by definition then, so it is a line segment, so passing through the foci with the endpoints or vertices on the ellipse. So meaning, pagko-connect daw natin yung dalawang focus and then the endpoints, no, ng ellipse na yun, which is known as the vertex. So ito yun. So yung vertex ng ellipse. So yun din, no, pag kinonnect natin yung dalawang vertex, so we can get also the major axis. Next is the minor axis, which is the line segment that is perpendicular ngayon to the major axis. So if horizontal yung major axis natin dito, so then the minor axis is perpendicular to that. Okay, so it has to pass through the center and then therefore perpendicular naman siya sa major axis natin. Now the endpoints of the minor axis, we call those are as covertices, no? So covertex yung isa. So isa covertex, pag dalawa covertices. Now here, let's observe some geometry for the ellipse. So when we say letter A, that is the semi-major length. No? So yung kabuuan dito, from vertex to vertex, that is the major axis length. Ngayon, pag sinabi nating semi, it is only half of that length. So hatiin lang natin siya sa dalawa, which is the center. And then yung isang distance lang from one vertex towards the center, that is a semi-major length. Okay? So, ang dimension nito, ng length na to, is letter A. Next, letter B naman is the semi-minor length. So, if this is the minor axis, so the semi-minor length is only half of it. So, half lang siya. So, half siya sa center. So, meaning the semi-minor length is the distance between one co-vertex towards the center of the ellipse. So, kaya ito yung length na to, may dimension siya na letter B. Now, letter C, we call that as the distance between one focus to the center. So, let's say this is the focus, and then the center is here. So, ang distance daw nilang dalawa is letter C. So, meaning sa kabilang focus naman dito, distance niya towards the center is also C. Pero if isasagad mo na yung point sa vertex dito, then that would become letter A na. Now, if we use the definition of the ellipse, we can discover that the distance between one co-vertex dito towards one focus, that is also letter A. So kung naman yung haba ng center towards the vertex, letter A, same lang din siya sa distance ng isang co-vertex towards the focus, letter A din siya. As you can see, we can form also a right triangle dito using letter B and then letter C. So perpendicular ito, no? And then connecting them, that is letter A. So meron tayong right triangle. Na yung letter A dito, this is the hypotenuse of the triangle. So using Pythagorean theorem, we can create the relationship A squared being the hypotenuse, so equals B squared plus C squared. Now, the purpose of this geometry is to obtain the formula, no, of the focus, letter C. So, gagawin natin, transpose natin yung b squared, may siyang minus b squared na nun. And then, to get rid of the squared exponent, so, isa-square root mo lang yung C. So, this is the formula for getting the focus length, no, from the center. Now, we have the standard form, no, of the equation of the ellipse. So, we have two types of ellipse. No? So, one of them is that the major axis is horizontal. Okay? So, ang itsura niya dito sa ellipse, no, is para siyang nakahiga yung ellipse natin. So, if that is the case, the major axis is horizontal, then this would be the standard form. Okay? Take note that letter A must be greater than B in this case. No? So, para daw horizontal yung axis, yung nakadivide sa x minus a squared is mas malaki kaysa sa nakadivide sa y minus k squared. So, kasi a is greater than b nga. No? So, using the standard form of the ellipse, we can determine the center, which is h and k. And then, we can also determine the focus. No? So, the focus is located at this coordinate. So, f, and then h plus minus c, comma k. So, now we have plus or minus sign dito para sa focus. Kasi we have two focuses nga or two foci. Okay, may F1 tayo, may F2 tayo. No? So, for the first focus, ang gagawin natin doon is H minus C and then K. And then for the second focus, it will now become H plus C and then K. So, yun yung purpose ng plus or minus sign dito. So, ganun din, since we also have two vertices naman, so ganun din, no? We have two coordinates as well, no? So, yung isang vertex that is H plus A and then comma K. And then the second vertex is H minus A, comma K. And then the co-vertices naman, so we also have two co-vertices dito. So, kaya may plus or minus din dito. So, for the first co-vertex, that is H and then K plus B. And then for the second co-vertex, that is H and then K minus B. So take note, pag sa focus, ang ina-add or mina-minus is yung C, no? Kasi nga, from this previous slide, C is the distance between one focus towards the center. So since horizontal yung ellipse natin, so yung distance ng mga focus natin is also horizontal. Okay? So meaning we're going to alter yung horizontal distance na age. No? Kasi yung age, di ba, sa center na to, that is the horizontal distance of the center. Okay? So since our major axis is horizontal, so therefore the focus or the two focuses will have a horizontal distance away from the center. So kaya dito ina-alter natin yung horizontal distance or yung horizontal coordinate. So ganun din sa vertices, so kasi horizontal yung major axis natin. So therefore i-alter natin yung age na coordinate. So nag-add or nagma-minus tayo ng A. So again, A is the distance from the center towards the vertex. Sa co-vertices naman, baligtad, no? Since horizontal yung major axis natin, our minor axis will become vertical. So therefore, mag-alter tayo ngayon sa K, no? Kasi yung K, that is the vertical distance of the center. And then letter B, sabi natin, that's the distance from the center towards the co-vertex. So nag-alter tayo ng K coordinate dito. So isang plus para umangat dito, yung isa minus sa baba, no? Yung lower co-vertex. Ito naman sa vertex lang. So yung plus A dito, that is the rightmost vertex. And then minus A, siya yung leftmost vertex. So ganun din sa focus, no? Now, the second type of the ellipse is that the major axis is vertical. So as you can see here, yung graph, parang nakatayo na yung ellipse natin. Now, this is the standard form. Okay? So take note again, A is greater than B. No? So nakita nyo yung difference dito from the previous type is that nag-swap yung B tsaka yung A. So since A is greater than B, then that means mas mataas yung denominator, no, ng y minus k compared sa denominator ng x minus h. So the center is located still at h and k. Now, since patayo yung ano natin, ellipse natin, so therefore yung focus natin is patayo din and pababa dito. So now we're going to alter yung k coordinate. Okay? So aangatin natin yung k, tsaka natin siya ibababa. So as you can see, for the focus, yung K yung naka-alter. So pag plus C, yun na, angat tayo to get the focus. And then minus C, bababa tayo to get the other focus. So plus C, that is the uppermost focus, and then minus C, that is the lowermost focus. For the vertices naman, so ganun din, no? Patayo din yung vertices natin or paangat. So K plus or minus A. So again, letter A is the distance from the center towards one vertex. Kaya A yung ginagamit natin for vertex. And then letter C for focus. So plus A, that is the uppermost vertex. And then minus A, that is the lowermost vertex. And then the co-vertices naman are located at H plus B and then K naman. Since yung co-vertex naman in this case, pa-horizontal na siya. So therefore, we will alter the H coordinate. So isang plus B and then isang minus B. Pag plus B, that is the rightmost co-vertex, and then minus B, that is the leftmost co-vertex. Now, let's sketch the graph of 4x squared plus 25y squared is equal to 100. Now, since our standard form requires that the right hand side of the equation be equal to 1, so ganun siya, no, for both cases, no? So, lahat sila naka-equal to 1. So, di-divide muna natin yung equation natin by 100 on all terms. So, para yung right hand side, maging lang siyang equal to 1. So, now what happens here is, magsisimplify niyan yung 4 over 100. If itatype mo yan sa calc, yung mangyayari dyan will become 1 over 25. So, meaning makakancel yung 4, yung 100 magiging 25 siya. Okay? And then dito din, pag ginawa mo yung 25 over 100 sa calculator, the answer will become 1 over 4. So, that means yung 25 makakancel siya, and then yung 100 magiging 4 na lang siya. And then 100 over 100, that is just equal to 1. So, as you can see dito, no? Yung 25, mas mataas siya, no, compared sa 4. And then yung 25, siya yung nakadivide sa x squared. So meaning this will become a squared, no? Kasi siya yung mas malaki. And then yung y squared, nakadivide lang sa kanya, 4 lang. So siya yung magiging b squared natin. So now to get a and b, so a squared is equal to 25, and then b squared is equal to 4. So to get a, that is just the square root of 25, which is 5. And then for b, that is just the square root of 4, which is 2. So na i-manipulate natin yung 25 tsaka yung 4. So magiging na lang siyang 5 squared and then 2 squared, no, based on these two values. And then dito i-manipulate natin yung x squared since wala namang other x terms or anything na ano pa related sa x. So x squared lang siya mag-isa. So we can rewrite this as x minus 0 quantity squared. So the same can be written for y squared. So now, naka-standard form na siya. Okay? So with H is equal to 0, K is equal to 0. So nasa origin lang yung centers natin. And then A is 5 and then B is 2. So now, since mas malaki yung nakadivide sa X compared sa Y, so the major axis will become horizontal or nakapahiga yung ellipse natin yan. So the next thing we will do is to determine the value of C, no? Yung distance between one center or the distance between one focus towards the center. So ito nga yung formula natin for C, no? So para mahanap natin yung focus. So substitute the value of A and B. A is positive 5, B is positive 2. So 5 squared minus 2 squared, that is 21. So yung C natin is the square root of 21. So naka-add na siya dito. Now we know the center na, now 0 and 0. So we're going to proceed with the focus or the foci. So it's located at, ito, no, yung coordinates. So yung first coordinate ng focus natin, gawin natin siya as age plus C, no? So yung age natin, 0. Yung C natin, square root of 21. So then naka-plus lang dito. And then yung K natin, that is equal to 0. Okay? So 0 plus 21, that is positive 21. And then K is 0. So square root of 21, comma, 0. So to make it easier to graph, so pwede mong i-decimal muna yung 21 or square root of 21. So the next coordinate of the focus, so gawin natin siyang age minus C. So age dito, and then minus, and then C, and then comma K, so that is 0. So F2 is now 0 minus 21, which is negative 21 siya niyan, no? And then 0. So decimal form, no? So negative 4.58. So ito na yung coordinates ng dalawang focus natin. Next is the location of the vertices, no? So we have H plus or minus A and then comma K. So for the first vertex, so gawin natin siyang H plus A, no? So H natin is 0, and then plus, and then C is 5. A is 5. So comma K, which is 0. So 0 plus 5, that is 5. And then K is 0. For the second vertex, ganun din, no? H is 0. And then ngayon, H minus A tayo. So H minus A, which is 5. And then comma K, which is 0. So 0 minus 5, that is negative 5. And then K is 0. To complete the ellipse, we also need to determine the covertices. Pag covertices, ang symbol natin is W. So ang coordinate niya is H and then K plus minus B. So for the first covertex, gawin natin siya as K plus B dito. So for H, that is 0. And then yung K natin, that is 0. And then plus, and then yung B natin is 2. So 0, comma, 0 plus 2. So the result is 0 and then 0 plus 2 is positive 2. So for the second covertex naman, so H and then K minus B naman tayo ngayon. So 0, comma, 0 minus 2. So the coordinate is now 0 and then comma, 0 minus 2, that is negative 2. So now what we're going to do is to sketch the graph, no? So first, ilocate mo muna yung center. So which is nasa origin, no? Siya 0, 0. Next, you locate F1, no, and F2. So yung F1, that is 4.58. So bibilang ka lang ng 4 dito. Bilang ka ng 4. And then dito naman sa edge is 5. And then 4.58, nasa gitna siya ng 4 and 5. So somewhere around here. So ito yung first focus mo, no? Square root of 21 and 0. For the second focus, so negative 4.58 siya. So from the origin, punta ka ng negative 4 to the left. So ito yung negative 4. And ito naman yung isang part that is negative 5. And then negative 4.58 is halfway between negative 4 and negative 5. So this is the second focus. Next naman is yung vertex, no? So for the first vertex, that is positive 5 and 0. So dito, positive 5 to the right. So ito yon. So take note, since 0 yung mga y-coordinate natin, so meaning hindi tayo umaangat, no? Sa y-axis. Hindi tayo tumataas sa y-axis, hindi tayo bumababa. Okay? So kaya nandito lang tayo within the x-axis lang. So wala kasi tayong y-coordinate. For the second vertex naman, that is negative 5 and 0. So bibilang ka lang ng 5 towards the left. So ito yon, negative 5. And then since hindi tayo aangat or hindi tayo bababa, so within this ano lang tayo, line lang tayo. Or within the x-axis lang tayo. Next is the covertex. So 0 siya. So meaning dito lang tayo, sa 0 lang. Pero aangat tayo ng 2. So angat tayo ng 2. So 1 ito. And then yung second is 2. So ito yung covertex natin na isa. For the second covertex, that is 0 and negative 2. So nasa 0 tayo, pero bababa tayo ng negative 2. So baba tayo, negative 1, and then dito, negative 2. So this is the second covertex. So next, what you will do is to just connect the vertex towards the covertex, no? Nang naka-curve. Okay, kasi ellipse tayo. So i-connect mo lang yung mga vertex as well as the covertices. So ganyan tayo niyan, no? For the ellipse. Next, sketch the graph of this one, no? 9x squared minus 4y, 9x squared plus 4y squared plus 54x minus 32y plus 109 is equal to 0. So in this case, medyo magulo yung equation natin. Pag ganito yung type or ganito yung itsura niya, so that means we have to rewrite it in standard form. But in this case, when writing it in standard form, we have to complete the squares or that involves completing the squares. So again, ang procedure natin no, in completing the square is pag tatabi muna natin yung mga x terms dito, pinagtabi natin siya. And then pagtabi din natin no, yung mga y terms. So pinagtabi natin sila dito. And then lahat ng constant lipat sa right-hand side. So yung positive 109 no, naging negative 109. So kasi lumipat tayo sa equal sign. So dito, nung in-rearrange lang natin yung mga x terms sa y terms, walang pinagbago sa sign kasi hindi naman tayo lumipat sa or hindi tayo lumipat ng equal sign. So nasa left-hand side equation pa rin tayo. So next na gagawin natin, so to complete the square kasi dapat walang nakamultiply sa x tsaka sa y squared, no? So x squared tsaka sa y squared. So wala dapat nakamultiply sa kanila. So meaning, ang gagawin natin is to factor out yung 9. Okay? I-factor out muna natin yung 9. Para lang sa x yun, no? So siya lang yung factoran natin ng 9. So pag pinactor natin siya ng 9, so matitira is x squared plus 6x. And then dito naman sa y na to, ang i-factor out natin is 4, no? Kasi nga dapat walang nakamultiply sa y squared. So pag nag-factor out tayo ng 4, ang matitira is y squared minus 8x. So now we complete the square for x as well as y niyan. So the formula again is b over 2 squared. So para sa x, so ang b natin is 6. So we will use 6 over 2 quantity squared. 6 over 2 that is 3. And then squared. So 3 squared is equal to 9. Para dito naman, our letter b is negative 8, no? So b over 2 squared that is equal to negative 8 over 2 squared. Negative 8 over 2 that is negative 4. Negative 4 squared that is 16. So now what will happen, mag-a-add tayo ng 9 tsaka ng 16 dito. Okay? But take note, pag nag-add tayo ng 9, kuwari dito, nag-plus 9 tayo dito. As you can see, nag-plus 9 tayo sa expression na to, wherein naka-multiply siya sa 9. Okay? So basically, nag-a-add tayo actually, ng 81, no? 9 times 9. So parang nag-plus ako ng 81 dito. Okay? Kasi di ba kapag finactor out ko ng 9 nito, So, maging ganito yung itsura, no? 9 times x squared plus 6x plus 9. So, pa nag-add ako ng 81. So, again, pa nag-add ako ng 9 dito, I'm basically adding 9 to an expression that is multiplied by 9. So, in that case, I'm basically adding 81 to the entire equation. Okay, so dito yon, no? Plus 81. Next naman dito, mag-a-add ako ng 16. Okay, so magpa-plus 16 ako. Ngayon, nag-plus 16 ako sa expression na to na naka-multiply sa 4. So basically, nag-a-add ako ng 16 plus 4, ay 16 times 4 sa buong equation. Or 64. So parang nag-plus ako ng 64 dito. Kasi pag finactor out ko yung 4y squared minus 32y plus 64, pag finactor ko yung 4 doon, ang matitira is y squared minus 32y plus, ay sorry, minus 8y plus 16, which is yun yung nadagdag na 16 dito. Okay? So, ganun din dito sa first part, no, yung sa x. So, I'm basically adding 64 as well as adding 81. So, ngayon, if we're going to now add 9 and 16 to the equation, okay? So, you have to also add on the right-hand side yung 9 times 9 na yun as well as yung 4 times 16. Okay? So, now you have to evaluate this one on the calculator. So, the answer there would be positive 36. Okay? And now here, pwede mo nang i-factor out yung mga perfect square trinomial na to. So, this one is x plus 3 quantity squared kasi positive 3 itong result natin na nag-b over 2 squared tayo. So, 3 ito, positive 3. So, sa factored formula, that is x plus 3. And then dito naman, nung nag-negative 8 over 2 tayo, that is negative 4. So, therefore, yung factor niya is y minus 4. So, quantity squared, no? So, do not forget that. Now, for the standard equation of the ellipse, dapat daw 1 yung right-hand side. So, we have to divide all of the terms by 36 dito. So, divide natin ng 36 lahat. So, 9 over 36, that simplifies to 1 over 4. So, meaning makakancel yung 9, yung 36 magiging 4. Next, 4 over 36, that simplifies to 1 over 9. So, that means yung 4 makakancel, yung 36 magiging 9. And then 36 over 36, that is equal to 1. So, ito yung equation na natin, no? Now, as you can see, yung denominator natin, tignan natin. So, as you can see, yung 9, mas mataas ngayon dito, no? Sa y. Mas mataas yung nakadivide sa y compared sa x. So, ngayon yung 9 na to, siya yung magiging a squared ngayon. Kasi siya yung mas mataas. And then yung 4, siya yung magiging b squared. So, now to get a and b, so a squared, equate mo yan sa 9, tapos yung b squared, equate mo sa 4. So, yung a dyan magiging 3, and then yung b magiging 2. So, now yung 9, i-write mo siya as 3 squared, and yung b, i-write mo siya as 2 squared. Or yung 4, i-write mo siya as 2 squared. So, now based on this equation, naka-standard form na to. So, based on this standard form, so ang center natin or ang age natin is negative 3, no? So, negate siya. And then, yung k natin is 4. And then, yung a natin is 3. And then, b natin is 2. Okay? So, again, yung a ngayon, siya yung nandito. So, kasi mas mataas yung 9 ngayon or mas mataas yung nakadivide sa y squared na term or yung sa y or yung fraction ng y, no? Mas mataas yung denominator niya. Now, since mas mataas ito, no? Yung denominator na 9 na to para sa y, then the major axis will become vertical. Now, we have to also solve for c to get the focus. So, c is equal to square root of a squared minus b squared. Now, a is 3, b is 2. So, the answer here is square root of 5. So, we'll use this one to determine the focus later on. Now, the center is located again at negative 3 and 4. So, H and K lang yan. Next, the focus, since vertical na yung ano natin, yung major axis natin. So, yung K value naman, or yung K coordinate, siya yung ma-alter. So, aangat tayo ng C as well as bababa tayo ng C. So, for the first coordinate of the focus, so copy lang yung age, that is negative 3 dito. Yung K, that is 4. So, una natin gagawin for the first focus is K minus C muna. So, K is 4, C is square root of 5, and then minus. So, the coordinate there is negative 3 and 1.76 if you take the calculator dito. Or if kakalculate mo to. Next naman is K plus C yung gagawin natin dito. So, to evaluate this sa calculator, that is 6.24. Now, for the vertices that is located at age and then K plus or minus A naman ngayon. For the first vertex, that is K minus A muna ulit. So, K is 4, A is 3. And then H is negative 3 pa din. So, negative 3, copy lang. And then 4 minus 3, that is positive 1. For the second vertex naman is, that is K plus A naman ngayon. Okay, K plus A. So now, 4 plus 3, that is positive 7. For the covertices naman, so now since vertical nga yung major axis natin, so yung mga covertex nila is pa-horizontal. So meaning we're going to alter the age coordinate. So yung age siya yung mapa-plus or mapa-minus no, ng letter B. So for the first covertex, so age is negative 3. And then minus B muna tayo. So minus 2, no? So yun yung B natin, positive 2. And then comma, copy lang yung K which is 4. So minus 3, negative 2, or negative 3 minus 2, that is negative 5. And then copy lang yung 4. So for the other covertex, gagawin lang natin siyang age plus B. So naging plus lang dito. Negative 3 plus 2, that is negative 1. So now taking note of the parts of the ellipse dito, yung mga coordinates, so you can now sketch the graph. Okay? So first, so let's say ito yung x-axis natin, no? So first, ang center natin is negative 3 and 4. Lagyan natin ng annotation dito. So, di kasi clear yung x-axis dito. Yan. Okay? So, yung center natin is negative 3 and 4 dito. So, punta tayo sa negative 3 ng x. Pero aangat tayo ng 4. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, nandito yung center natin. Okay? So, passing through, ito nga, no? Negative 3 and then positive 4 dito. So, 3 and 4, no? Le-label natin siya 3 and 4. Or sorry, negative 3 and positive 4. So, next naman is yung F1. So, negative 3 and then 1.76. So, mula sa negative 3 dito, aangat ako ng 1.76. So, this is 1, this is 2. So, 1.76 is more than 1.5, no? So, ito kasi 1.5 ito. So, 1.76 is somewhere around here. Okay, so i-connect or ano mo lang siya dito. Tapos, ito yung 3. So, ito yung point na yun, no? F1. So, si F2 naman, negative 3 pa din, pero 6.24. So, dito aangat ako ng 6, no? 6 tapos 0.24 siya. So, aangat ka ng konti sa 6 dito. So ito yung F2, no? So ito F1, -3 and then 1.76. Ito naman, -3 and 6.24. Next naman is yung vertex. So sa V1, that is -3 and +1. So mula sa -3, aangat ako ng 1. So ito yun, no? Aangat ako ng 1. Next, sa second vertex naman, -3 and then aangat ako ng +7. So angat ako dito, no, ng 7. Ito yung 7. So ito yun, no? So from -3, nakaangat siya ng 7. Yun, V2. So sa V1, that is -3 and 1. Sa V2, that is -3 and +7. Next naman is yung covertex. So sa una, -5 daw. So ito yon, -5, no? And then naangat ka daw ng 4. So 1 dito, 2 dito, 3 dito, and then 4 dito. So that is W1. So -5 and 4. For W2 naman, that is -1 and then +4. So from -1, naangat ako ng 4, no? So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 dito siya. So -1 and 4. And now, i-connect mo na yung W1 and then yung sa mga vertex, no? Yung mga co-vertex tsaka yung vertex, i-connect mo na sila. Okay? So pag kinonnect mo na sila, you will be able to form the ellipse. And as you can see, yung ellipse na nabuo natin, mukha siyang patayo, no? Or naka-vertical yung major axis natin. So now this is the last type of the conic section, no? Which is the hyperbola. So the hyperbola, by definition, is the set of all points, so for which the absolute value of the difference of the distances from two fixed points, which is the foci ulit, is constant. Okay, so dito, yung distance daw or yung difference ng distance uh, from one point along the hyperbola towards one focus. So yung isang distance din dito, no, from one focus to the point along the hyperbola. So kung yung distance ng isang point towards the focus is D1 and then the other is D2. So pag pinag-subtract ko daw yung D1 tsaka yung D2, so constant daw yung value nun. So again, if you choose any point within the hyperbola, let's say dito kunwari, so ito yung magiging D1 ko niyan, ito yung magiging D2 ko. Ngayon, pag sinubtract ko daw yung distance ng D2 saka ng D1, same lang din yung result kung minus ko yung D2 saka yung D1 din dito sa point na to. Okay, so yun yung definition ng hyperbola. So we also have parts of the hyperbola, sorry. So the graph of the hyperbola has two disconnected parts, no, called the branches. So ito yun, ito mismo yung hyperbola, itong dalawang ito. So as you can see, there are disconnected parts. No? So parang hindi siya buo, no, gaya ng mga ellipse tsaka ng circle. So yung ellipse kasi buo yung mga yan, no? So we call those as branches. So the line through two foci, so intersects the hyperbola at 2 points called the vertices. So kunwari itong dalawang focus na to, pinag-connect ko sila. Nung kinonnect ko itong dalawang focus, tumama siya sa hyperbola dito, no? So tumama siya sa hyperbola. Okay? So yung point kung saan tumama yung line na to sa hyperbola, yun yung vertex. Okay? So ito siya. So yun yung vertex ng parabola natin. Itong dalawang to. So the line segment naman connecting the vertices, we call that as the transverse axis. So pag kinonnect natin yung dalawang vertex, so ang distance na to, that is known as the transverse axis. So we also have another geometry, no, for the hyperbola, or a special geometry for the hyperbola. Let AB have the distance of the transverse axis. Okay? So ito yun, no? Letter A. So distance na siya between the center towards one vertex of the hyperbola. So letter A yun. So that's another definition. And then letter B naman, let that be the semi-minor length. Okay? So yung letter B, may kita natin yan sa equation ng hyperbola. So pag na-solve natin yung letter B, so just trace a line from point O, and then kung opening left and right siya, so you draw the line upwards, no, sa letter B. So patayo mo siya i-drawing. And then letter C be the distance from one focus to the center. So this is the center, and then this is one of the focus. And then pag hinanap mo yung distance niya, yung dimension niya, we call that as letter C. Okay? So now or by definition of the hyperbola, if gagamitin mo yung yung definition niya, you will notice that the distance from letter B, which is the end of the semi-minor length, towards the vertex dito, the length is also letter C, no, which is the same as the distance from the center towards the focus. Now, using this info, you can also determine or you can also observe another right triangle dito. So now we will relate that, no? I-relate natin yung tatlong distance na to. So using the Pythagorean theorem na naman, so hypotenuse to, no, yung letter C. So C squared na siya ngayon is equal to A squared plus B squared. Now to get C, just take the square root, no, of A squared and B squared dito. So to get the focus length, no, from the center towards the focus, so kailangan mong gamitin to, no? So as you can see, we also have the asymptotes of the hyperbola. Okay? So the asymptotes of the hyperbola are two intersecting straight lines that the hyperbola's branches continuously approach as they move infinitely far from the center, but they never actually touch. Okay? So ito yung asymptote, no? Ito. So asymptote to, yung pa letter X dito. So as you can see, no, yung asymptote na to, so sa hyperbola, tinatry niyang i-approach yung line na yan, no? Gusto niyang i-meet yung line na to, yung asymptotes. Pero in reality, they will never touch, no? So kahit na gaano pa i-extend yung hyperbola mo, so the asymptote as well as the hyperbola will never touch. Okay, so the same goes with the other sides of the hyperbola dito. So gusto siyang i-meet ng hyperbola, no, yung mga asymptote, pero hindi niya ma-meet or hindi niya madikitan. So kahit gaano pa niya i-extend yung branch niya. So it will never touch the asymptotes. Now to construct the asymptotes, kasi meron tayong equation yan, no, for the asymptotes. But then to make it easier to graph the asymptotes, we can just use this procedure, no? So just draw a rectangle with two sides to the vertices. And then the other two sides be units away from the center. Okay? So magko-construct ako ng rectangle dito. Ah, Magko-construct ka lang ng rectangle. So we're in, itong distance na to, ito yung A kanina, di ba? Sa geometry natin. And then ito naman, ito yung letter B. Okay? So meaning ito, from here to here, letter B din ito. So letter B dyan, letter B dito. Ito letter A. Ito letter A. And then ito letter B ulit. Tapos ito letter B ulit. So ganyan mo lang ko-construct yung rectangle, no? So nagkakaano lang naman yung values dyan. So after mo makreate yung rectangle, so i-connect mo lang yung diagonals niya dito. No? So yung diagonal dito, gawa ka ng diagonal, gawa ka rin ng diagonal dito. And then i-extend mo yung line. No? extend mo yung line away from the rectangle. So, para mabuo talaga yung asymptote. So, ganyan lang yung pag-construct niya. Okay, so later on, we will also see, no, yung asymptote on one of our examples. So, we have two types of hyperbolas niyan, no? So, one type is opening to the left and right. So, kasi we have two branches, no? So, yung isang branch opening to the left, yung isang branch opening to the right. So, if ganito yung case, then we have this standard form. Okay, so x minus h quantity squared over a squared, no, minus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, now the difference here sa ellipse is naka-minus tayo dito. No? So, now dito, sa ellipse kasi, di ba, tinitignan natin is yung A and B, no? Kung bang pahiga yung ellipse or patayo yung ellipse. Sa hyperbola naman, if left and right siya, titignan natin ano yung naka-minus, no? Na variable dito. Okay, so in this case, ang naka-minus niyan is y. No? So pag naka-minus yung y dito, that means naka-negative yung y. And that means, yun nga, no? Or that leads to the conclusion that the hyperbola will open left and right. Okay, pag naka-minus yung y. So in this case, hindi na mag-matter, no, yung A and B dito, no? Or yung position ng A and B kasi sa ibang or sa other type ng hyperbola niyan, hindi magbabago yung location ng A and B niyan. Okay? So the center is still located at H and K. And then the focus, no? So since left and right yung ano natin, yung hyperbola natin, so yung transverse axis mo will be horizontal niyan. Okay? So from the center, so when you go to the vertex, so nag-alter ka ng age, ano nun, ng age coordinate nun. So for the vertex as well as the focus, no? Kasi pa-horizontal yung vertex natin tsaka yung focus natin. So now yung age coordinates sila yung ma-alter, no? In determining the focus as well as the vertex. So plus minus C ulit dito and then plus minus A ulit dito. And then now we have the equation of the asymptotes, no? Which is y minus k is equal to positive negative b over a and then x minus h. So, we can determine the equation of the asymptotes, but then gamitin na lang natin yung technique of drawing rectangles instead of using the equation. Okay? So, ito yung other type ngayon. No? So, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, yung A and B, hindi nagbabago yung pwesto nila. Ang nagbabago ng pwesto is yung x minus h as well as yung y minus k. Now, for the second type, so opening up and down siya, no? So, as you can see, yung naka-minus ngayon is yung x, no? So, kumbaga yung fraction na x, siya yung negative. Or yung fraction na may x, siya yung negative. And so now, same pa rin, no? Center location. So now, since up and down yung ano natin, yung hyperbola natin, then our transverse axis is vertical. So in this case, going from the center towards the vertex, so vertical na ngayon, no, yung movement natin. So since vertical yung movement natin from the center towards the vertex as well as the focus, so yung k na coordinate, siya ngayon yung mag-alter or magbabago. So kaya sa k, siya na ngayon yung napa-plus and minus c as well as plus or minus a. So now for the equation of the asymptotes, so ang pinagkaiba lang nito from the other type is nag-swap lang yung A over B, no? Tsaka yung B over A dito. So nag-swap lang sila ng pwesto. But then still same lang naman yung position ng y minus k as well as x minus h. So as you can see, yung mga formulas natin ng focus as well as the vertex, halos kamukha lang niya yung ellipse, no? So but then, iba yung way of solving natin for C. Okay? So which is a squared plus b squared pagdating sa hyperbola. So si ellipse kasi, a squared minus b squared yung pag-determine natin ng C. Now let's sketch this hyperbola. Okay? Having this equation. So nakita natin, yung naka-minus is yung y. So therefore, opening ano yan, no? Left and right na yan. So may kita na natin kaagad. So ngayon, ang kulang na lang sa equation na to is that itong 9 and 7, kailangan na siyang gawing a squared and then b squared. Okay? So now, a squared is equal to 9. So a is equal to 3. And then b squared is equal to 7. And therefore, b is equal to square root of 7. So kasi hindi naman perfect square yung 7. So now, when we write it in standard form, so 3 squared dito, and then square root of 7 squared. Okay? So now, you determine the parts of the hyperbola dito. So yung h natin is positive 2, k is positive 1, a is 3, and then b is square root of 7. So again, no, the hyperbola opens left and right. So kasi nga, ang naka-minus is yung y. So let's solve for c. That is the square root of a squared plus b squared. A is 3, b is square root of 7. So 3 squared plus square root of 7 squared. So 3 squared is 9. Square root of 7 squared, makakancel lang yung square root, that is 7. So 9 plus 7 is square root of 16. Now c is equal to 4. So ito na ngayon yung mga letters natin for the hyperbola. So the center is 2 and 1, no? Positive 2 and positive 1. So kakopyahin lang natin siya. Now the focus is located at h plus minus c and then k. So yung unang focus natin, we will use h minus c, no? So h is 2, c is positive 4. So 2 minus 4, that is negative 2 for the first or the x coordinate. And then yung y coordinate natin, copy lang natin yung k. Next, ang gagawin natin is h plus c. So ngayon, 2 plus 4 na dito. So it is now 6. For vertex, that is h plus minus a and then k. For the first vertex, so h minus a muna tayo. H is 2, a is letter a is 3. So 2 minus 3, that is negative 1. And then comma, yung k, copy lang natin as 1 dito. For the second vertex, so h plus a lang gagawin natin. So now it will become 2 plus 3, so which is 5. So next naman is the equation of the asymptotes. Okay, so kumbaga parang formality na lang tong equation of the asymptotes. So kasi pag i-graph naman natin yung asymptotes, we'll just use the technique of the rectangles. So for formality, hanapin pa rin naman natin yung equation ng asymptotes, no? So y minus k is equal to plus minus b over a and then x minus h. So b over a kasi left and right opening tayo. Now you substitute k and then h and then a and then b. Okay? So to get the equation mismo, so just transpose lang yung negative 1 dito. Okay, so we will leave y isolated. Or naka-isolate lang yung y. So ito na yung equation natin of the asymptotes. So again, no, recall na dalawa yung asymptotes natin. Okay? So yung first asymptote, siya yung may positive, uh, coefficient dito. So, square root of 7/3. And then x minus 2 and then plus 1. So, ito, no, yung pa-slash na ano, no, yung paangat or yung pataas going from left to right. So, increasing from left to right. This is the equation of the asymptote. Siya yung positive. And then yung negative, siya yung going downwards from left to right. So, y is equal to minus square root of 7/3, x minus 2, and then plus 1. Okay? So, in drawing the hyperbola, so you have to list down the parts, no? Sige, ano muna natin to, no? I-hide muna natin to. So, kasi pag nakita natin, no, parang naka-overwhelm siya. So, takpan muna natin siya, no? And then let's sketch this one manually. Yan. Ay, mag-annotate na lang tayo. Okay, so this is the center, 0, 0. So, center. Ito yung origin pala, no? 0, 0. So, let's sketch the center, which is 2 and 1. So, bibilang ako ng 2 to the right dito, and then 1 dito sa taas. So, 2 and 1, dito yon. So, this is the center. Okay? Next, yung focus naman, which is -2 and 1. So, since -2 tayo, so I will go to the left ng 2 dito. And then, naangat daw ako ng 1. So, ito yung pa rin yung 1. So, ito siya, no? So, focus to, no? Ito yung isang focus. Next, the second focus is +6 and 1. So, to the right ako ng 6. Ito yung 6. And then, naangat daw ako ng 1. So, ito pa rin yung 1, no? +1 sa taas. Ito. So, second focus ito. Next is yung vertex, no? So, -1 and 1. So, meaning to the left ako ng 1, dito, -1. And then, naangat ako ng 1. So, which is nandito yon. So, ito yung vertex, no? First vertex. Second vertex is 5 and 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nandito ako sa 5, pero aangat ako ng 1. Ito pa rin yon. Second vertex. So, next natin gagawin dito, tama na ba to? So, -2 and 1, 6 and 1, 2 and 1, 3, 4, 5. Yan, okay na siya. So, next naman is, hanapin natin yung A. Yung kanina, value natin is 3. B natin is yung square root of 7, no? So, ang gagawin natin is to construct the rectangle, no, para sa asymptotes. So, gagawin natin, construct tayo ng rectangle, no? So, from the center, angat tayo ng square root of 7, which is around, hanapin natin sa calcu, no? So, pag nag-square root of 7 tayo, so it is around 2.65, no, yung value niyan. So, meaning from C, aangat tayo ng 2.65, okay? So, 2 dito, 3 dito. And then 2.65 is somewhere around here. So, next, bababa din tayo ng, ano yan, no? Ng 2.65 from the center. So, 1 dito, negative 1, negative 2. So, baba ako ng 1, and then 2, and then around 1.6, 0.65 is around here. Okay? So, ito 2.65 to, no? So, dapat 2.65 din ito. So, around here siya niyan, no? And then, next naman is, uh, from here, sa point na to, so, magbilang ako ng 3, no? Na A. So, 1, 2, and then 3 dito. And then, ang gagawin ko is to complete the part here, no? Yung left-hand part ng rectangle. Next, ganun din dito, no? So, from here, magbibilang ako ng 3. 1, 2, and then 3 dito. And then, i-connect ko na lang yung mga remaining sides dito. And then, ang gagawin is to connect the diagonal dito. Connect the diagonal. Passing through the center. So, hindi siya perfect, no? Pero, pwede na. And now, this will be the asymptote. No? Ito yan, asymptote ito. So, now, when you draw the hyperbola, so, dapat as much as possible, gusto niya kasing tamaan daw yung asymptote. So, gagawin natin is to graph it like this. Na mukhang tumatama siya sa mga asymptote niya. Pero they will never actually touch. So now this will be the graph of the hyperbola, no? Yan, ito yung graph niya. So ito siya kung maayos talaga, no? Yung ano talaga, naka-computerize. Yan, so ganito dapat yung graph niya. Okay? And then you label the coordinates, no? The coordinates of all parts. And then you also label the equation of the asymptotes. And then you also have to label the equation, no? Ito. Now, let's sketch this graph naman, no? So, 5x squared minus 4y squared plus 20 equals 0. Now, what we do is to write the equation in standard form. So, ilipat natin yung 20 on the right-hand side. So, since wala naman tayong mga ano, no? Wala naman mga something x and then something y of the first degree. So, hindi mo kailangan iyan to, no? Hindi mo kailangan i-complete the square to. So, gagawin natin is to transpose 20 on the right-hand side. So, lahat ng constant sa right-hand side. At nadi-divide natin all terms by negative 20 para maging 1 yung right-hand side of the equation natin. Now, for this one, no, 5 over negative 20, that will be the same as negative 1 over 4. So therefore, this term will become x squared or negative x squared over 4. Okay? And then next naman, if you look at this one, no? So negative 4 over negative 20. So mangyayari, meron tayong double negative. So mangyayari, it would become positive, no? 4 over 20. And 4 over 20 is the same as 1 over 5. So this term will become y squared over 5 ngayon. So ngayon, it will become negative x squared over 4 plus y squared over 5 equals 1. Okay? So, but then, no, dapat gagawin natin, since negative yung na unang term dito, and then positive yung isa-swap natin yung lugar nila. So, we're going to swap their places. No? So, isa-swap natin siya. So, this will become y squared over 5 minus x squared over 4 is equal to 1. And now to turn it into a standard form, so may siyang y minus 0 squared, kasi y squared lang siya, no? Over, so ngayon, over 5 and then minus x minus 0 squared over 4 equals 1. So ngayon, ang natitira na lang dito is gawin natin itong a squared and then this one will become b squared. So a squared is equal to 5. A is equal to square root of 5. B squared is equal to 4. Now b is square root of 4 and then b is 2. So now we rewrite it na, no? So yung 5 may siyang square root of 5 squared. And then yung b or yung 4 may siyang 2 squared is equal to 1. So now in this case, yung x ngayon yung naka-minus, no? So kanina kasi dito, sa example natin, yung y yung naka-minus. So kaya siya opening left and right. So in this case, bago nating example, the hyperbola now opens up and down. Okay, so pag ganun na yung ano natin, yung branches natin. Okay? So now we solve for C. But first, you have to identify yung mga letters natin, no? H is 0. So ito yun, no? K is 0. A is square root of 5. And then B is 2. Now solving for C, that is just square root of A squared plus B squared. A is negative 5. A is square root of 5 and then B is 2. So if you evaluate that, the answer is square root of 9, which is 3. So the center is located at 0, 0, or the origin. Next, the focus is located using this formula, no? So now, since opening up and down tayo, so yung transverse axis natin, vertical na. Okay? So since vertical na yung transverse axis, so from the center towards the vertex and the focus, so umaangat tayo, no? So meaning yung K natin, nagbabago yung value niya. So umaangat or bumababa. Either plus or minus. So 0 yung age, 0 yung K, C is 3. So the location is 0 and then 0 minus 3. No, so yung unang coordinate natin is K minus C muna. So 0 minus 3, that is negative 3. For the second focus, it is now plus 3, no? Or K plus C. So 0 plus 3, that is 3. Next, the vertex is, ito, no? K plus or minus A naman siya ngayon. So H is 0, K is 0. And then first, we will do K minus A. A is square root of 5. So now this will become 0 minus square root of 5. 0 minus square root of 5 is negative square root of 5. And then copy H dito. So the first vertex is located at 0 and negative 2.24. So ito yung decimal form ng square root of 5. Next, we do k plus a naman. So plus square root of 5. 0 plus square root of 5 is positive square root of 5, which is positive 2.24. Now, the equation of the asymptote, so since opening up and down tayo, so swap yung a over b niyan, no? Nakaswap yung position ng a and b. Now, you just substitute the values of k and h, which are both 0. So this is the equation of the asymptote. So the first asymptote that is positive, no, is 5 over 2x. And the other asymptote is negative. So negative square root of 5 over 2x. So now this will be the graph of the hyperbola. Okay? So note that the center is 0, 0, so which is this one. The first focus is 0 and then negative 3. So mula sa origin dito, bababa ako ng negative 3. So 1, makita yung 2. 1, 2, and ay, I think this is 2. So 1, 2, and 3. So ito yon. So ito yung F1. Ito yung center. So for the second focus, that is 0 and 3. So 1, 2, and then 3 dito. So this is F2. And then the first vertex, that is, nandito yon, no? 0 and then negative square root of 5, which is negative 2.24. So this is V1. And then V2 natin is 0 and then positive square root of 5. So which is around positive 2.24. So 1 dito and then 2 dito. And then naangat ka lang ng konti to account for yung 0.24 dito. And then what you will do is to take note of the value of A, which is square root of 5. And then B, which is 2, no? So ngayon magko-construct ka ng ano niyan, no? Ng rectangle dito. Okay? So tatama dapat siya sa vertex. Okay? Tatama siya sa vertex. And then dito i-connect mo niyan to. No? So yung first half dito, this is B, no? Which is equal to 2. So kaya from the origin, nasa 2 siya dito, no? Kumanan ka ng 2, nag-left ka ng 2, which is B. So B and B. And then dito naman, yung length nito is A. Okay? So A naman yung length nito. So which is square root of 5. And the next na ginawa is kinonect lang yung diagonals dito. Kinonect yung diagonal. And then in-extend yung line outwards. So next, from the vertex, so ngayon, you draw the hyperbola. So approaching the asymptotes dito. So dito, no, from the vertex, you approach the asymptote. And that forms your, ano, no, your hyperbola niyan. So next part is this one, no, the general form of an equation of a conic section. So for all types of conic sections, they have this general form, okay, of the equation. So ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So we're in A, B, C, D, E, and F are integers, and then A, B, and C are all not equal to 0. So meaning hindi sila pwedeng mag-0 simultaneously, no? Yung A, B, and C. So conic section equation written in general form does not have to have all of these six terms. So, hindi naman kailangan lahat nandyan yung terms, no? A, B, C, D, E, and F can equal to 0. So isa sa kanila pwede mag-0 as long as dapat yung A, B, and C na to, silang tatlo, hindi dapat sila lahat equal to 0. Okay? So again, pwedeng mag-0 yung isang term or yung isang letter dyan as long as hindi dapat magiging 0 yung A, B, and C, no, simultaneously. Okay? Now, as you can see, meron tayong term na, ano, no, na BXY. So, ano yun natin yan later on. So, the type of conic can be determined by the coefficients of the terms. Okay, so depende sa value ng A, B, C, D, E, F kung bang magiging ellipse siya or magiging circle siya or what. Now, yun nga yung kanina, sabi ko, meron tayong term na BXY. Pero if you recall sa mga examples natin, wala naman tayong term doon na may X times Y. Okay? So for this term, no, yung coefficient na B has the effect of rotating the conic. Okay, so meaning, pwede tayong magkaroon ng ellipse na hindi patayo or pahiga. No? Ang magiging result nun is naka-rotate yung ellipse na ganito. So but then that is complicated na masyado for us. Okay? So the following example therefore will have no xy term or yung b natin, yung coefficient niya is equal to 0. So rotation will not be covered under this topic. So now how will you identify, no, from this general equation kung bang circle siya or parabola or ellipse? So para maging circle daw siya, dapat yung coefficient ng x squared parehas lang siya sa coefficient ng y squared. No? So a is equal to c. If a is not equal to c, so meaning hindi parehas yung naka-multiply sa x squared tsaka sa y squared. And then, dapat same sign sila, no? So, in this case, it's either parehas positive yung A tsaka yung C or parehas negative yung A and C. That will become an ellipse na nun. Okay? Next, pag parabola naman, it is either A is 0 or C is 0. So, either lang yan, no? But not both. Okay? So, pag 0 yung let's say A, so 0x squared, eh di ba cancel lang siya nun? Tapos wala rin tayong B nun, no? So matitira lang nun is isang term or meron lang tayong isang term na naka-raise sa 2 or naka-squared lang. So isang term lang siya. Tapos yung x nun hanggang power 1 lang siya. So in that case, parabola siya. No? So what if c naman yung 0? So ito naman yung 0 daw. So ngayon, yung x lang, siya yung naka-squared quantity. Or siya lang yung term na may squared. Which is yun naman yung nasa parabola, no? So y minus k squared is equal to 4a x minus h. Tapos yung isa naman, x minus h squared, 4ay minus k. So as you can see sa standard form ng ano natin, no, ng parabola natin. So yung y, siya lang yung naka-squared. Yung x, walang squared sa kanya. Or dito sa isang form, yung x, siya lang yung naka-squared. Pero yung y, hindi siya naka-squared. Okay? So next, hyperbola. So the condition there is A and C have different signs. So pwedeng negative 9x squared tapos positive y squared. So pag may nakita na kayong ganito, so automatic hyperbola na yan. Or let's say x squared tapos minus y squared plus something. So nakita nyo na to, magkaiba yung sign niya. Yung isang x positive, yung y Or yung x squared positive siya, pero yung y squared negative siya. So, automatic hyperbola na yun. So, another way to determine the type of conic section is by using the determinants. No? If you can recall yung determinant that is b squared minus 4ac. So, if you plug in the values of a, b, and c dito, tapos nag-zero siya, so the equation is a parabola. If greater than zero, the equation is a hyperbola. But if it's less than zero, then the equation is a circle or the ellipse. So therefore, you have to check if equal ba yung coefficient ng x squared and y squared. Kung equal yung coefficient, then that is a circle. No? So if not, then that is an ellipse. So but then yung discriminant form na to, medyo ano naman na to, hindi na natin masyadong ginagamit to. I think mas reliable itong way of determining dito. Now let's identify which conic section is illustrated by the given equation. Okay, so based dito sa mga hints na to, no? So ito parang mga hints kasi to. Okay? So first identify natin, no? So dito nakikita ko meron akong x squared and y squared. So meaning hindi na siya parabola nun. Kasi parehas may x squared tsaka may y squared. Next kung titignan, um, magkaiba ba yung signs nila? No? So kung titignan ko yung x squared tsaka yung y squared, um, parehas silang positive, no? Kasi positive 25x squared to, positive y squared to. So since parehas sila ng sign, positive, hindi na siya hyperbola. Okay? Next naman, so ang titira na lang, it's either an ellipse or a circle na lang. So kung ellipse daw siya, dapat magkaiba daw sila ng coefficient. Okay? So kunwari si x squared, ang coefficient niya is 25. Si y squared, ang coefficient niya is 1 lang. So since magkaiba sila ng coefficient, then ellipse siya. Okay? So I think ang order dito pwede natin itong baguhin, no? So circle muna, no? Tapos ellipse. So kung circle siya, dapat daw yung coefficient ng x squared tsaka ng y squared parehas. So since hindi naman siya, no, 25 dito, 1 dito, so hindi siya circle. So therefore, it is an ellipse. So ellipse ito, no? So next, ito yung equation natin. So check natin kung parabola siya, no? So kung parabola siya, dapat wala siyang, or dapat hindi nag-exist yung both x squared and y squared. So dapat one of them lang, no? Isa lang sa kanila dapat may squared. So since may x squared ako nakikita, tsaka may y squared ako nakikita, so therefore hindi siya parabola. Next, kung hyperbola siya, dapat yung x squared tsaka yung y squared, differing signs sila. So nakita ko differing signs sila. No? Kasi positive 9x squared to, ito negative y squared. So automatic, hyperbola na yan. Okay, so hindi na siya pwedeng maging circle and ellipse. So hyperbola to. So next, so this equation, so parabola ba siya? So kailangan ko tignan if meron ba akong nakikitang x squared and y squared. So dito nakikita ko lang x squared lang siya. Walang y squared dito sa equation na to. So kung walang y squared, automatic, parabola na yan. Next dito, no? So, nakita ko may x squared tsaka y squared, so hindi na siya parabola. Next, yung x squared and y squared, pareha silang positive. So, hindi na siya hyperbola. Next, circle. Dapat daw yung nakamultiply sa x squared tsaka y squared, equal sila. So, nakita ko pareha silang positive 4. So, therefore, this is a circle na. Next dito. So, for it to be a parabola, dapat walang x squared tsaka y squared kang nakikita at the same time. So, nakita ko y squared lang yung meron. Wala tayong x squared. So, automatic parabola na siya. Next dito. So, hindi siya parabola kasi may x squared tsaka may y squared. Next, you have to check if they are different signs. So, 16x squared positive to. Pero dito si y squared negative 16y. So, differing signs. So, automatic hyperbola na siya. So, hindi siya circle, no? Kahit na equal yung 16 sa kanila. Kasi dito, positive 16 to. Ito, negative 16. So, magkaiba sila. So, hindi siya circle. Okay, so hyperbola to. You can also use this flowchart, no? Pwede rin. Okay? So, are the two variables squared? So, meron ka bang nakikitang x squared tsaka ano? May nakita ka bang x squared tsaka y squared at the same time? If wala akong nakitang x squared tsaka y squared, then automatic parabola siya. If may nakita kong x squared tsaka y squared, then I proceed to the next question. Are the signs of the squared terms different? So, parehas ba silang positive? Parehas ba silang negative? If yung isa sa kanila positive, yung isa sa kanila negative, automatic, hyperbola na yon, no? So, different signs kasi sila. So, dapat yes yung sagot dito, no? Kasi are the squared terms different? So, if yes siya, hyperbola siya. If they are not different, then you proceed to the next question. So, kasi hindi sila different, no? Parehas sila, meaning. Ay, hindi pala. So, ang question pala dito, are the signs, no, of the squared terms different? Actually, oo nga, yun nga. Yes, dapat to, no? Kasi are the signs different? So, if the signs are different, then hyperbola siya. If they are not different, so meaning they are the same, so now you proceed to the next question. Are the coefficients before the squared terms equal? So, if equal yung coefficients nila, then it is a circle. So, if not, it is an ellipse. So that ends the discussion, no, for conic sections. If you have any questions, you can message me in Canvas. If you have any concerns, may nakita kayong correction dito, you also message me on Canvas. Okay, so I wish you good luck on your future requirements and thank you for watching this recording.